Koreans have enjoyed various kinds of noodles all year round. Among them, Kongguksu, or noodles with soybean broth, are very nutritious. These appetite-arousing noodles are eaten especially in summer. Today, we will make spinach noodles for ourselves and learn how to make Korean-style summer noodles, kongguksu, and other various soybean dishes.
안녕하세요. Hello everybody, I'm Hwa-young Jung. It's time again for More Than Kimchi, where we tempt your taste buds with delicious Korean food. Koreans enjoy various kinds of noodles. Today we're going to show you one variation called kongguksu, noodles with soybean broth. Before we go any further, let's say hello to our cooking instructor, Mrs. Han Bok-sun.
네,
선생님
안녕하십니까?
안녕하세요. Nice to see you again. We also have Peter here. Hi, Peter.
Hello.
Thanks for coming again.
Thank you very much.
So Peter will help us to prepare this special summer noodle dish called kongguksu. So shall we first take a look at the ingredients? Here I have soybeans. These have been soaked overnight. So this is the dry beans here. And these have been soaked overnight. After you soak the soybeans overnight in water, and then we're going to make a puree. So this is what I would call soybean broth. And for vegetable as a topping, I have cucumber, red pepper, I have tomato, and also as a topping I have eggs, two kinds of egg sheets, yellow and white. And today we're gonna make a special noodles, homemade noodles, which we're gonna use a little bit of spinach juice there. So I have spinach here. And as for seasoning, you'll be surprised that we're going to use only salt. What shall we start first?
그러면 물을 끓인 다음에
Yeah. Shall we
여기에다가
turn the
네.
stove on? So since it takes time to prepare noodles, we're going to start with the noodles, boiling it.
먼저 해놓은 거를
Yeah.
끓는 물에다 넣고 이렇게
Yeah.
흩어서 넣으세요.
Yeah.
이따 이거는 나중에 이제 설명드릴게요.
Yeah. So these we're going to show you how you prepare, but these are homemade spinach noodles. So we're going to
네.
boil it first.
이렇게 하고
Yeah.
만약에 이게 일단 넘치려고 할 때는 찬물을 좀
Right.
부어서 이제 넘치지
That's
않게
right.
막으면 되겠습니다.
And one tip, when you boil noodles, if it boils over, one good way is you just put a little bit of cold water. Then it comes down, so you can boil a little bit more.
Interesting.
네.
Right. So next we're going to prepare vegetables here. So we have tomato.
네.
Also we have a cucumber and red pepper.
그러니까 위에다가 얹는
Yeah.
거를 먼저 하겠어요.
Right. So these
그러니까
are for toppings of soybean noodles.
이렇게 해서 곱게 이렇게 채를 써시면 되거든요. 한번 써셔 보실 수 있을까요?
Shall we give some to Peter?
네.
Right.
그래서 한번
Right. So
보세요.
these, what we are doing is all make strips of egg and vegetables, and we'll give you a job making
Okay.
strips right
Thank
over
you.
here.
That's just
So
about
as
right.
Mrs. Han showed you, you are just making thin strips of
Yes.
eggs and
Okay.
some vegetables too.
이거는 위에다 얹을
Yeah.
거거든요. 그러니까 이렇게 해서 토마토도 하고
Yeah. So tomato is also used as a topping.
네.
So you just slice it.
네, 이렇게 해서
So-
저쪽도 마찬가지로 한 그릇씩
Right.
만들 거니까.
Right.
네.
So you have, for topping, you have eggs and then you have tomato. So tomato, instead of making strips, we'll just slice it.
Okay.
There. So we have egg strips and then we have tomato. And I'll put the tomatoes over there. There. And shall we put the egg strips over here too? After you cut your strips, you put it. So these are
Okay.
all toppings for the noodle dishes.
Excellent. Excellent.
And then cucumber too, we'll make the strips with the cucumbers. So basically what we are preparing now is the toppings for noodle dish. And for topping we have eggs and then tomato here and cucumbers.
네. 그다음에 이제 이 국수에서는 콩국이 제일 중요하기 때문에
Right.
아까 설명하신 대로 마른 콩,
Right.
흰 콩이죠.
Right.
흰 콩을 하룻밤 담가놔둬요.
Right.
더 지금 불려야 되겠어요.
So as you say, it's the noodles with soybean broth. The most important ingredient is the soybeans. So we These are dry soybeans. We soaked in water for overnight, and these been pureed.
네.
So what shall we do next?
예, 이렇게 돼서 이게 충분히 불어지면은요, 요거를 갖다가 조금 요거보다 조금 더 불려야죠. 비벼 가지고서는 이 콩 껍질 있는 걸 다 벗겨내세요.
Right. So we need to get rid of the skins of beans. The way you get rid of the skins from the beans is after you soaked for overnight. You just rub it with your hands like this.
And
that
the
way,
shell just
that
comes
way
off.
the shells comes
I
out. You know,
see,
like
I
this kind of things.
Yeah.
But these are not really ready, so we'll just leave it here.
네, 껍질이 다 벗겨졌으면 저거 이제 삶았어요.
Right. Yeah, so we should show
예.
that too.
This is really colorful.
Yeah, it is.
It's
And
like
I
an
also
artist's
want to show you,
palette.
after you soaked in water and rub all the skins off, after that we boil it, and I'll show you what it looked like after you boiled it here.
이렇게 돼서
So shall I leave it over here?
네.
So these are the beans being
오래
soaked.
삶지 말고요. 한 그러니까 10분 정도 삶으면은 콩 그 비린내만 조금
Yeah,
없어지는
yeah.
정도로만 해서
Right.
뚜껑을 덮어서 한 뜸을 들여요. 한 10분 정도.
Yeah. So this one is important not to boil too long because it's been already soaked for overnight. So you are boiling just for 10 minutes. And so that way it's barely cooked. That's
This is
very
for the
important.
puree
But
that
for
you're
the
making.
puree,
Okay.
yeah.
그렇죠? 이렇게 해서 이제
And then you
다
rinse in cold
건져놔두고요.
water.
이렇게 돼서 건져서 이제 콩 껍질 있는 거 다 떼어내고 나서 한번 헹군 다음에 요거를 우리나라 옛날 같은 맷돌이지만 제가 믹서로
Right.
곱게 갈아줬어요.
That's right. Yeah.
일단.
So after you boil it for 10 minutes, not too long, for about 10 minutes, and do not worry about cooking, thoroughly, because it's important to keep it just barely cooked
Right,
for the
right.
flavor. After that, you rinse in cold water, and here it's what we grind it by mixer or blender.
그러니까 콩 두 컵에 물을 갖다 8 내지 10컵 정도 부으면 돼요.
And when you grind soybeans, it's important to use the ratio. So beans and water should be 1:4. So 4 times water you are putting and then pureed.
Could this be used to make tubu?
Sure, actually.
Because I've seen them making tubu before,
Right,
and it looks
right.
like it's the beginning of
Right,
tubu.
it's basically the same. The only thing it has here is beans and water, nothing else.
I see.
이걸
I see.
뜨겁게 해가지고서는 그
Yeah.
특별한 그 소금을 넣어서 부친 것이 두부가 돼요.
So you mentioned tofu. If you want tofu, just at this procedure, hot broth, you just put special salt that's to make the tofu, which hardens the mixture. Then it
so
becomes
then it
tofu.
settles and firms up. I
So
see.
instead of making tofu, we just cool it up. This is a cold dish, so we are using cold broth for this
Right.
noodles dish.
네.
Yeah.
그러고서 이제 여기다가는 이제 이게 넘치게 됐으니까 찬물을 좀 한번 부어서 다시 한 번만 더 끓여주죠.
So this, as I
안전하게.
mentioned, you put 1 or 2 cups of cold water and boil one more time. That way, you are boiling one more time. So
이제
that-
아까 체에다 걸러서 이게 이제 고운 가루가 되면 이 농도를 갖다가 자기에 맞추어서
Right,
진하거나
right.
어떤가 맞추어서 한번 보세요.
Now, soybeans are used for a lot of different
lot of
dishes in
different
Korea, aren't
things.
they?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
very
And I
common.
also want to show you here the consistency of the broth. If you like thick liquid, you can use that way. But if you want a little bit thin out, you just put a little bit of water.
Just a bit more water.
So that's what Mrs. Han did. So,
So you can control the
right,
thickness by
and
the
this
water.
is almost like a milk, soybean milk, just the same.
네. 그래서 간은 소금 간만 해주죠.
Yeah.
이렇게 돼서 냉장고에 차갑게 두면 돼요.
As you see so far, we are just using water and soybeans and nothing else. And for seasoning, the only thing you're going to use is just salt. So we just put a little bit of salt. So the soybean broth is already, ready here.
국수가 이제 다 익었나
Now,
봐야죠.
noodles are done.
근데
Mrs.
이제
Han is
오늘
testing.
이제
Yeah.
국수가 다 익었나 보려면 한번 이렇게 해서
Yeah.
이렇게 잘라봐 가지고요.
Uh-huh.
여기에 하얀 것이 없으면 이제 다 익은
that's a good
거겠죠.
tip. Can we show that?
우리는 우리는 굉장히 많이 삶아요. 그 저기 파스타보다는요. 이렇게 돼서 흰 것이
Right.
없게.
One way you tell whether it's cooked or not is you cut it and see if there's no white part. Then it's fully cooked.
So if it's completely green or this color, then it's
That's
fully
right,
cooked.
right.
Okay.
And homemade noodles usually we like to cook a little longer than what you would do with pasta.
I see.
So you rinse in cold water, which is a very important part. That we always rinse noodles with cold water after it's cooked.
Does that keep them from sticking together?
That's
or
right.
is
That's
that
a
the
very good.
purpose?
So you really can enjoy the texture of noodles by rinsing in cold water.
Right.
And then we use the wicker here tray, and you're putting it like almost per serving size. So we have about 3 servings here.
I think to a Westerner, the variety of Korean noodle dishes is enormous.
It's enormous.
Just
Yeah,
a
you have
huge
some
range.
spicy ones, and this one you are using has no hot flavor, very delicate soybean flavor that you want to enjoy.
So it's a very
here.
subtle taste.
Very subtle, right?
그래요. 그럼 이제 이렇게 물기가 빠지도록 여기다 이제 준비해 놔두고요.
And we put it aside to drain all the liquid there. So noodles are already all done. The next step is going to be fun. Mrs. Han will show us how to make this spinach homemade noodles.
여기 밀가루가 있죠. 그 밀가루에다가 오늘은 보통은 하얀 국수를 하는데 오늘은 요 시금치를 갈라서 요 시금치 물을 만들어서 색깔 국수 만들려고 그래요.
So you can of course use just plain flour and water, just regular wheat flour noodles. But today for the color and slight flavor, we put the spinach liquid here.
이렇게 놓고 소금 간
A
정도만
little bit of
해주고서는요.
salt. That's all.
이렇게 돼서 한 덩어리를 이제 만드는 거죠.
Yeah. So it's quite simple: flour, water, and spinach liquid. After you mix it and you knead, that's how we get this. This is the procedure.
그럼 이제
So then
이렇게
you
돼서
can
그거
still
이제
get more
놔둬서
flour.
Shall we put it over here?
거기다 놔두시고요.
Okay.
그다음에 이제 요거를 넓게 이제 밀어줘야겠죠.
Right.
이렇게 돼서 그러니까 많이
Put it
밀면은
down. Yes.
굉장히 얇게 될 거고요.
Right.
네, 이렇게 이제 해서 양쪽으로 한 다음에
So with your green pancake, what you do is you want to make noodles. So if, as you wish, you can just roll it out,
Roll it out.
to make it thin, thinner than what you have.
But not as thin as a crepe, though.
That's
but
right.
In
because
between
these
a
will
crepe
be, right.
and pancake.
And I think it looks just the same what you would get probably those fresh made pasta you get at a store. So same kind of thickness.
그래요. 이게 굉장히 이제 반죽이 단단하기 때문에 하기가 어려울 때는 좀 이렇게 밀면서 우리 전통적인 방법으로는 좀 이렇게 손으로 밀면은 이게 좀 넓어지거든요. 그래서 이제 넓게 밀으시면 되겠어요.
So of course many ways of making noodles, and if because the dough is kind of texture is a little hard, tough for you to make it thin, and then you can sometimes use hands as you roll it.
Now, are noodles made from different types of wheat or different types of?
Just wheat flour.
Just wheat flour.
And sometimes we use buckwheat.
Buckwheat
of course,
flour.
Right.
And would that alter the consistency?
Yes, yes.
So it
but
affects the
also,
taste and
right,
then
it affects the taste too.
Okay.
And you can also, of course, use store-bought noodles for this dish. That's fine too. But this make it more fun and more tasty, of course. And instead of white flour noodles, we use spinach liquid to make a green color.
그래요. 지금 이거보다 더 얇게 밀어도 되고 이제 오늘 지금
So this is
두껍게
a
밀어도
nice
되고.
thickness. It's about a half centimeter or maybe 4 or 5 millimeter thickness we made. And
이렇게
then we
돼서
make noodles.
썰어야 되니까 이렇게 우리는 이걸 병풍이라 그러는데 뭐라 그러죠?
It's like a fan shape. You fold like a fan
이렇게
before you slice.
접어서
Yes. Maybe I'll show you.
Perhaps.
네.
Like this way and then the other way and then again that way. It's like the way you'd fold the oriental fan. So that way it won't stick each other as easy.
Okay. And this one more time.
That's right.
Okay.
And then you just slice.
이렇게 썰으세요.
The thickness also is of course up to you. You can make it a little thicker or a little thinner.
근데 우리는 지금 이렇게 만들어서 하지만 지금 시판되고 있는 마른 면도 있고 또 이렇게 젖은 것도 있기 때문에 사서 이제 하기도 하죠.
Right. So of course, as I mentioned before, you can just buy ready-made dry noodles or store-bought, fresh pastas, or like this homemade noodles. It's up to how you want to do it. I didn't realize making noodles are this easy. So yours are slightly thicker than Mrs. Han's, and I'm sure it'll be just fine too.
이제 콩국수도 이제 하게
So a little
되고.
thicker here and slightly thinner than this side here.
This is where concentration comes in.
네, 이렇게 해서 이거
So,
붙으니까요.
right.
이렇게 돼서 밀가루를 좀 뿌려가지고 붙지 않게 해놔줘야 되겠죠.
So after you slice, it's important to just sprinkle a little bit of flour so they won't stick together.
네.
So where should I put the cut noodles? Looks very nice. Shall I put it over there? Shall I pass you one
이렇게
dish
해서
there? Yeah.
준비를 해둔 다음에 이제 약간 젖은 도제기로 마르지 않게
okay.
이렇게 이제 준비를 해뒀다가 삶을 때 이제 하면 되겠어요.
And after you finish, it's important to cover with damp cloth. That
그래요.
way, noodles are not get totally dried until you boil it. That's how you will do it.
그래요.
So these noodles we already cooked up. After these procedures, we just cooked over here the green noodles.
네. 그다음에
And
이제
next,
담으면 되겠죠.
yeah. So next what is, we're going to mix it. So these already, boiled, cool, rinsed with cold water, and the finished noodles over there.
네. 그다음에 콩국 소금 간 하나 뒀고요.
So we have cooked noodles here. the soybean broth here
또
and
언제-
toppings
네.
all ready. So the only thing is we just have to assemble.
네, 이건 아주 차가워야 됐고요.
And one important thing is this is summer noodles. It has to be served very, very cold. So it's important to keep the broth in the refrigerator before you serve.
right.
그래서 이 국수를 한번 저쪽도
예.
담아 보시겠어요?
So if you want to make your own noodles over there,
네.
Okay, I'll try it.
여기다가 넣어서 그쪽에.
that's there.
I never realized how easy it is to make noodles.
That's right. You have to do it today when you go home.
Yes, that's right. Hardly wait to race home and make a noodle.
A little bit more.
예,
So we
이렇게
have
넣고요.
noodles here.
그다음에 여기에다가 이제
And then the toppings.
이렇게
Cucumber, oil,
그다음에
tomato,
네. 그다음에
and two kinds of egg sheets, white and yellow.
이렇게 넣고요.
How pretty here.
beautiful.
Green noodles with the vegetables
예.
and
그쪽도 한번 넣어보세요 그러면은.
yeah. So you can do the same topping as we did over
And I
there.
will try to just get a little bit of
Right.
chopsticks.
Also, Mrs. Han, do you think we should put a little bit of pepper just for decoration? Shall we
조금만
do that?
해보죠 그러면요.
Okay,
Okay, and some egg.
there. And then the red pepper is just for coloring. It doesn't really add that much flavor, but we just want to put a little bit of red color at the top. So put a little bit of red at the top.
Now this is cooked without oil, is that correct?
That's right,
It's completely
right,
oil-free, so
right.
it's very healthy as
Very
well.
healthy. And you will see it's really a delicious dish. The last step is, of course, you are putting the soybean broth.
여름철에
예.
차가워야 먹는 거예요.
So these are the Korean summer specialty.
And then you
Looks
serve
nice.
very cold.
Very cold, that's what's important. And sometimes I've seen at a restaurant, they even use ice with it. So you can just serve a little bit of, a couple pieces of ice at the top.
Excuse me.
이렇게 해서
That's good.
Excellent.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So this is kongguksu, noodles with soybean broth. How do you like it, Peter, today?
Well, I'm surprised how easy it is to make this.
Right,
it is,
that's
to me,
right.
it was took just a few minutes. and-
Perfect for bachelor too.
Right, yes, it's perfect for the
Yes.
bachelors. Yes, those of us with 3 left hands can do very well with this dish.
So it's time for us to review the whole procedure.
Koreans have developed many ways of eating Kong dishes, or soybean dishes, which are the most important source of protein for them. Now let's see soybeans and other variations of bean dishes in Korea. For a long time, Kong, or soybeans, have been given much weight in the Korean food culture. It is said that soybeans are the meat on the field, as soybeans are rich in protein, fat of good quality, and vitamins A, B, and D. Moreover, they are good for heart disease and hypertension. These days, it is proved that animal protein and fat cause geriatric disease. More and more people depend on these soybeans. First, let's see 2 kinds of Korean fermented seasonings. One of them is gochujang, a red pepper paste which has a sweet, salty, and hot taste. You can't find anything similar to it in the world. The other is doenjang, or soybean paste, which has been the most important source of protein for Koreans who don't eat a lot of meat. Doenjang jjigae, or soybean paste stew, which is made of nutritious seasoning doenjang. If Koreans were asked to nominate a national dish, they would probably come up with doenjang jjigae. And it is an everyday Korean dish. The key to the flavor of the dish lies in the quality of the soybean paste and homemade is best. Other ingredients of doenjang jjigae can be any seasonal vegetables such as zucchini, spinach, green peppers, onions, and tubu, which is also made from soybeans. So, doenjang jjigae is a high-protein rich food and is eaten very frequently in every home in Korea. There are also non-fermented soybean dishes. Kongbuksu, or soybean pancakes, are made of ground soybeans, flour, and many kinds of seasonal vegetables. After being soaked, soybeans are ground with a little bit of water, the same as in making kongguksu. So it is good to serve kongguksu with this kongbuksu. Some people drink this soybean juice just like milk after processing it. But you can also enjoy the pleasant taste of soybeans through this soybean pancake. When you can get the year's new crop of beans, you can use the fresh soybeans, but dried soybeans are most widely used after being soaked all year around without processing or preserving them in salt. Another non-fermented soybean dish is tubu jorim, or browned and boiled bean curd. In this dish, squares of tubu are fried before being browned and boiled in the soy sauce with other seasonings. Tofu, or tubu, is processed foodstuff which is made from soybeans. It is highly nutritious, as 95% of it can be absorbed by the eater. So tofu is good for the elderly. Moreover, bean curd helps reduce the amount of cholesterol in your blood. As you can see, tubu jorim is highly nutritious and an ideal side dish for Koreans. As you can see, as the most important source of protein, soybean dishes are very nutritious, inexpensive, and common in Korea, which has been an important part of Korean cuisine for a very long time.
I hope you enjoyed the bean story. As you could see, beans are very important to Korean diet. Here we have kongguksu, so let's try it.
잘 먹겠습니다. 네. 먼저 간 보셔서
예.
조금 부족하면은 소금 반 조금 더 하셔도 되겠어요. 네.
You know, as I mentioned before, the only seasoning we use is salt. And what we always do with this dish, you taste the flavor,
Right.
and if you like to adjust to your, seasoning, you can put more salt. And this is important. We are not putting any seasoning, other than salt to enjoy the delicate flavor of soybeans.
Well, I think to a Westerner, the taste of soybeans is so different and so unusual. We just don't have it in our diet the way that Asian people do. And this is excellent, very subtle, very,
Yes,
very
it's
subtle.
very nice.
네, 한국에서는 기본적인 것이 콩이죠. 우리 양념할 때 된장.
Right.
그러면은 그것이 콩으로 한 것이기 때문에 우리의 식생활에서는 콩을 뺄 수가 없어요.
And also, gochujang and doenjang, those all have, soybean as a base. So we just cannot think our diet, without the soybeans. It's very important.
So that's just central to the Korean diet.
That's right, yes.
Absolutely. I think something else is very important. Most Westerners identify Korean food with being hot and spicy. And this adds another dimension. It is subtle, it is very delicate, it is a wide variety of flavors and smells.
That's right.
And it's a totally different dimension than what we think of normally
Right,
of Korean food.
Go ahead,
Thank you.
enjoy
Thank you.
more.
I am enjoying
Yes,
it.
yeah.
It is delicious.
And
Thank you.
another thing I would add is that this is a specialty during summertime. So you even can use some ice, make it very, very cold. So enjoyed by Koreans during summertime.
And you could leave this in the fridge and then
Sure.
take it out.
Oh, if you like
The
to,
bachelor
sure.
special. Put it in the fridge overnight.
이렇게 큰 그릇에다 먹지만은
yeah.
이제 그거를 상에다가 앞에 먹는 음식으로
Yeah.
하실 때는 조금만 해서 숲 대신에 드실 수도
Yeah.
있고
Yeah.
또 쌀러서 뜨겁게 끓여서 죽으로 드실
Yeah.
수도 있고요.
Mrs. Han just gave us a wonderful idea how you to serve at home. Usually in Korea, this is a main dish. Therefore, we use big bowl. Even though you serve little bit, we like to serve it in a big bowl. But also, if you want to use it as appetizer, this will be a wonderful addition.
I see. So
with a
just like-
small
like a
thing,
small
yes.
amount.
Yeah. And
Okay.
also, if you want to serve hot, you can use a little bit of rice, cook with rice, and serve it like a porridge.
Right.
That would be a very nice way.
Would this be served more at dinner or at supper, or doesn't it matter?
Noodle dish like this is usually for lunch,
For
but if
lunchtime,
you want to
yeah.
make it appetizer or porridge, can be a first course with your main meal. So I wouldn't limit for lunch
I
or
see.
dinner.
Okay, so-
That'd be nice. Yeah.
밥맛이 없을 때는 아주 잘 먹히거든요.
Yeah. And one of the reasons that we like this dish during summertime is because it's hot and you are sweating all the time. And also you kind of lose your appetite. And this is a very good dish to sort of stimulate your appetite. I hope you found today's recipe interesting and easy to make at home. How about preparing kongguksu tonight and experiencing the pleasure of Korean summer noodles with your family? I'd like to thank Mrs. Han and Peter for joining me today. And I promise to be back here with another great recipe on More Than Kimchi. Until then, 안녕히 계십시오.